sucker.
Here we go.
All right, we're here.
We're live.
Are we?
Bitchin'.
Yep.
This is wow. Feels weird. What is up? What is up? What is up, Chase?
What's up, dude? What's going down?
I'm just gonna start off by telling you I am sore, very sore. Hurt my back yesterday doing something weird. Nothing that should have ever hurt my back. And so I've been in a lot of pain today trying to catch up on a bunch of work.
What were you doing?
I picked up a case of water.
I mean, those can be awkward and heavy. I mean, I could see where that could happen.
Well, that's what happened. I was just twisted when I picked it up and pretty much have ruined the last 2 days of my life because of it. But it is what it is. We will survive and we will live. I promise. Let's see. Let me just share this a little bit ago. What's up, Will Ivy? Yes, we are getting old, my man.
Yep.
Oh, we've got a random Facebook user in here. That's always fun.
It says random Facebook user?
No, it just says Facebook user.
Oh, sick.
So I am just going to share this real quick. And yeah, it's a good idea, Robert. We are going to drop that intro.
Bow, bow, bow.
I thought you were going to do it. All right. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Dude, that beat goes so hard in these headphones.
Yeah.
Like, the whole experience is so much better, like having sportsman level gear. Like, this is great.
You do have some new gear, and it's good for all of us, not just you, actually. You sound so much better. You look better, as good as you probably possibly can. You'd look a lot better in a Blink shirt.
Yeah, well, we had that planned for the last show, and you know me, I couldn't just sleep on that thing for a whole week waiting for us to do the next show, so I had to do something with it. I was going to do the whole show in that gear.
I had no idea that you were doing that, just so everybody knows. That was a complete surprise. I don't even know how to rebuke that. Try to go back with you, like try to beat you on that situation.
Yeah,
What's up, Randall Anderson?
We came out swinging, so balls in your court now, dude.
Oh, you're making it tough on me. All right. Well, I wanted to start this show off a little bit somberly, but it definitely needs to be done before we move on. But we all lost, and you know, it happens a lot, but this was somebody that everyone just got to see last week, and it was kind of tough because he was real close to a lot of people. I was fortunate enough to get to meet him myself, but I'd really like to just take a second and give a moment of silence for Kevin Ehrlich and his family. I know a lot of people were really saddened by that, and he'd definitely be missed, and his work was really great, and I'm just really glad I personally got to experience it before he was gone. So all right, so I don't want to keep that mood throughout the whole show, but it was one of those things. So Chase, you sat around and probably were in your tidy whities watching Nationals a couple weeks ago.
I actually didn't get to watch as much of it as I wanted to because we were up at Channel Islands racing. So I watched a little bit of it on Sunday, and it was good.
In your mind, from someone that wasn't there, did you think that the results were what you thought they were going to be?
Well, I think, yeah, kind of. Yeah, it was pretty close to what everybody was expecting. I think for sure. Um, it did get shuffled around a little bit, but I mean, yeah, I mean, all the major players were there. I mean, some of the guys didn't make it in there that normally make it in there, but I mean, that's what happens when you have those crazy half and odd, whatever the shit means and all that stuff. Stuff happens, you know?
Yep.
So it was still good. It's hard to watch. Like I watched the Buggy Man, and it's hard for me to watch that for an hour, not being there. You know, that was kind of tough. You know, I found myself kind of not glued to the race the whole time.
Right.
But yeah, it was cool, man. Dakota was just out of control, dude.
Yeah.
Insane.
Yeah, he's on a totally, I don't know if he's on another level, but he's the best in America at the moment, and everyone's trying to catch him. I mean, he's insane fast right now. I mean, you never can count some of those guys out, like Mans and Tessman and Tebow and Cole. Like there's a handful of guys you just can't count out. But he is just, you can't bet against him right now.
It's impossible. It's impossible. Yeah, any of those guys could give him a run for his money, for sure. But it's really tough when he's driving like that. That's for sure.
Have you ever been up to that to Chico yourself?
I've been up there before. I went on a 2-week vision quest with some of my friends in an '84 Toyota Dolphin van conversion, Toyota truck mobile home conversion, motorhome conversion, and we hung out a couple nights in Chico. But that was long. RC was definitely not on the brain on that trip.
So you haven't been to the A main track?
No,
Silver Dollar.
No, I haven't.
Man, what a treat that place was! Like, just it was so well laid out. It's built so well. Man, those people up in that area have a facility. You know, I hope that it's well supported and around for a long time, because that was a joy to go to for sure.
Yeah, I think if A Main's facility wasn't absolutely 100% top notch, it would be a very big letdown. You know.
Yeah, it's just up there. I mean, in which there again, I'd never been to Chico, and I've traveled up and down California quite a bit. That place was beautiful. That's a place that I just didn't think I knew. I probably had I don't know. I probably just thought it was normal California, but to me, it was much better.
Northern California really rules. I think right when, you're almost getting there in Santa Barbara, but like once you hit like Santa Cruz and north of Santa Cruz and all that whole area, it's a whole different state, man. Yeah. It's gorgeous. Yeah. It's absolutely stunning.
I agree. And I've seen a little bit, just not there, and it was awesome. So yeah.
I love the forest by the beach. There's nothing cooler than that, you know?
Right. Yeah, they got a lot of a lot of stuff that you're not going to see in a lot of other places up there. It was really cool. So yeah, so Dakota, he I'm obviously a big Dakota fan. I'm a fan of a lot of guys that were in that main for sure. And that place was it was hard on some people. But the Dakota had an amazing weekend, and I don't even know. Jake Concept's tires were just on point for everybody. I mean, those guys were on a different level. All of the JC and that whole group.
Well, when it comes to high bite, J Concepts is definitely hard to beat. You know.
Yeah, but I mean, we say that also when we go to Wicked or PMB in these arena races, or DNC places where there's the track's not fully packed and it's got some grip. Throwing some green reflexes. It's like just what people do.
Their tires work, man.
Yeah, they were killing it. So, I mean, what do you take away from nationals? Take away the Dakota basically domination. Take that away. Like, what do you take away from Roar from the outside? So I'm asking this because, then there's what we see, when we were there. I just want to know, because I know you're all in. You're an RC guy.
It looked like just another big race on TV. It was cool. Everybody was there. I think with that kind of format, it was cool to have some of the, the up and comers and stuff kind of peeking in and seeing that. And, it for from just sitting back in my bed watching it on Sunday. It's just, just another race kind of for me, but it's always exciting for me to watch them. I love watching them, but as a whole event, it looked cool. The coverage was good. There was a lot more interviews than normal with Lefty running around doing interviews of everybody. And that was really cool. Staying in contact with some of the boys up there, that was cool, kind of finding out what's going on behind the scenes, which was rad. There was a huge thing with the front wings over there. I don't know if it was that big over there, but, we definitely had to do some adjusting on the Racecraft website for the description of the flock foil so that they were allowed to be ran. So foil gate happened over there. And I'm glad we got to run them, and every other brand that makes their front wings got to run theirs. And that was kind of funny getting that call from Cody and Cole saying, "Hey, Roar said we can run the front wings if you call them gearbox protectose." So right now on our website, the flock foil is considered a gearbox protector. So
yeah, and that there was conversation that I think in the grand scheme of things with the new regime, which is something I wanted to touch on, I think they're just kind of like feeling the water right now. I don't think they were really going to start tossing people for that. My camp that I was under, I was in the S-Works tents the whole weekend, and everyone runs the flock foil for the most part in that tent. So no one ever got thrown out. We heard the rumor, and it was kind of weird that it was even a thing because we'd been running. But at Worlds last year in Spain, we couldn't run a carbon fiber wing. And no one could run a carbon fiber front wing. So I was thinking when I heard a little bit about that was kind of maybe the direction that they thought or were trying to go. But the main thing, what still was kind of like worrisome for a lot of people was the whole headlights thing on the Bruggy and Truggy bodies.
Well, I seen Camden. He flipped the Megafoil over and put two little stickers on it to make them look like headlights.
It was actually me, but yeah.
Oh, was that you? That was yours?
Because I borrowed Provitus's body because I couldn't get one in time. I just got a truck together right before I went out there. So I didn't even have a nose cone because I borrowed Provitus's body.
Nice.
But yeah, it was one of those things, man. It was, but they weren't, that rule was so what's the word I'm looking for? It didn't matter so much.
Like a nonchalant.
They weren't they weren't throwing people out right now for it. They weren't sticking it because they're just trying to make sure everyone's happy, and they want to worry about rules that matter. So
yeah, and if they would have
the fuel rules.
Yeah, if they would have stuck to that rule, then more power to them. I kind of knew going into the race that they might not allow people to run them, and obviously people were prepared. Guys that normally run a Megafoil on Truggy have their, headlight front things ready to go. So yeah, it wouldn't have been that big of a deal. It was just pretty cool that we actually like kind of worked around it. They worked with Roar, and we made it happen. And there was a lot of cars out there with flock foils, and that's sick. That's really cool.
They're definitely a popular piece of jewelry for our rides these days. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So when I take away from the event as far as Roar goes, is I thought they did a fantastic job. I thought after all the crazy stuff over the past 5 or 6 years, Roar Natural I've been to, this group of guys did what needed to be done to instill a little confidence in the members and the racers again.
Nice.
We can tell that they're working at it. We can tell that they want to change it and help us. We can tell right now that it's not going to be the same next year when we go back. Like at least that's how I feel. So it's the ball's in their court, and all the people part of it.
Well, it seems like, there wasn't any hate online for Roar or anything like that. So that automatically shows everybody that they're doing a better job,
Exactly.
I've never raced a Roar race, so I don't know. And you were boots on the ground. So I was hoping to hear your opinion, which you gave. And that's awesome. Like I said, I just watched it on TV. So I couldn't really, know what's going on. There's always more going on than what you can see on TV.
Right. Yeah.
So,
But actually there wasn't, and that's what's crazy. It was like, kind of, you said it earlier. It's like, oh, it's just kind of like another big race. it had that feel actually, instead of like everyone's like, how are they screwing us now? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It
nobody's on
wasn't that.
edge.
Yeah, no one was. I didn't feel that, not as much as in the past.
So would you say it felt like a normal big race more than a Roar race?
Yeah, to me, it kind of is going back to what everyone's always told me what the Roar Fuel Nats used to be, which is what we all want. We want to show up and we want to be governed, and we want them to put the effort in and hold us to rules. But we need those rules to be updated. We need those rules to be valid. We need people that are going to be uh, consistent with their calls and do what they say. And I feel like they did that this weekend. I mean, not fully, because, like I said, they were a little. I could tell they were kind of just checking it out. They were trying to feel the crowd before they did anything, too hasty, too drastic.
Yeah, I mean, everybody wants to go out on an even playing field with their competitors, and that's definitely what they're doing, But I bet, dude, thanks, Joey. I lost my train of thought now. I had some Shakespeare shit to say, but
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
what's it called? So everybody wants to go out on a playing field, an equal playing field, and that's awesome. But I think Roar, all those guys, the last thing they want is any kind of bad media to come from that event, And I guess they pulled it off. So hats off to Roar, because I didn't see one thing negative about that race directed at Roar, So that's cool. Good job, Roar.
Well, yes, good job, Roar, and Clayton for stepping up and taking over that job that's thankless, and that he's gonna he's gonna just get an earful. He's gonna keep getting beat up by these people, and seems like he can take it. So I'm excited to see what the future holds. And to me, it makes it worth more. It makes it more prestigious, the whole Roar thing, when you have people actually putting in the effort to make it a sanctioning body that holds titles at a different level. So yeah, but yeah, as far as the racing goes, the layout was phenomenal. So much fun. The pits were just awesome. So laid out so well. And then the
That
competition
exit was pretty
good.
wild.
Yeah,
On the pits.
what was cool about that though, I know it sucked. I mean, I had to do it, but it made everyone have to be a better pit driver, and that sucks when you suck in the pits.
Yeah.
If you get a rad pit stop by some people and then you go down that ramp and you screw it up, or you can get a somewhat halfway crappy pit stop and go down there and hit your marks perfect and do better than half the guys.
Well, I
So,
heard, with that slow speed exit, a lot of people were flaming out. Is that true? Because they weren't able to clean their stuff out, or
well,
how'd that go?
they don't have to drop the car so fast. I mean,
Yeah, that's true.
that's
Let them
not
get a little wrap.
Yeah, I mean, matter of fact, 100%. This is 100% what Camden came to me and said over the microphone when I was pitting him. He's like, "On this race, I want you to hold my car up." I never even thought of it. He was the one that told me. I thought that was really heads up thinking.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, there might have been a few. I honestly, I didn't pay attention to that fully. But when I was standing up there, I would say it's no more than what we normally see, at least in my opinion. But I'm not paying a lot of attention to all the other cars when I'm up there pitting.
Word.
But yeah,
The layout looked freaking awesome, man. It looked like so much fun. I heard there was a bunch of guys driving even after a week of being at that race. They were driving after the event. Like, that just shows you that track was awesome. If
Yeah.
people are willing to do that,
I went up there and I was like, "Yo, we're leaving. What the hell are you guys still doing here?" Because I know who you were talking about. And they were there forever. I was like,
Yeah,
go.
I talked to Cody about it, and he was like, "Bro, trying to leave, one of those bastards could have at least said, 'Hey, you want to try a lap on the track?'" Because he was there for a week,
Right.
and didn't get to do pit everybody, didn't get to do one lap on the track, and he's just waiting. I would have said, "Hey, I would have went up there and just taken somebody's remote if I was in that position."
Yeah, that would have been cool for guys like him that were there all week. Because there was multiple guys like him that probably didn't get to run. But yeah, I didn't think of that.
He should have forced the issue a little harder, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. Cody, good job, bro.
Yeah, I heard he killed it, man.
It's like Ryan Rand said, it's like Fender Field. That's what everyone was saying in Vegas. And that's basically what, when we go into one of these races, that's what a lot of people are probably thinking for sure. He was so impressive. Ryan Mayfield was like hunting him in that truck race. Ryan Mayfield knew that he could smell the blood. So that was, I hated seeing Dakota back up to him, but watching how they were having to race and then watching how Dakota was blocking his butt off once they got to him. It was so funny, especially he was blocking on Tebow real hard right after Mayfield got by. And it was good to watch those guys.
It was
cleanly beat on each other because they know what's at stake at the end of that situation. So it was really neat to watch. And congratulations to Mayfield, congratulations to Dakota on back-to-back buggy, and then Jonah Wilson winning the juniors. He came all the way out from Tennessee, won the juniors. He's one of our Nitrolux and Ultimate guys. He runs for Brian for Pro Twister Mod. Sorry,
nice.
Had a brain fart right there.
Yeah, I just got a motor back from Brian and Pro Twister. I can't wait to drop it in. Yeah,
he does good stuff.
Heck yeah. And dude, the engine came back squeaky clean, like fresh from the factory clean. It's insane. I was like, thanks, man. Because it didn't come that clean. That's for sure. He details them too. He does an engine detail. But yeah, shout out to Jonah Wilson, Andrew Beauchamp, and Fee in that junior race.
Yeah. Fee, that was coming out of Vegas and watching Fee have all that success. And then, the track was so different. Like this was high bite. And, we were on, you could run bald tires out there and still be good. But coming off of Vegas, so the two different styles of tracks, and just, he had a lot of bad luck, mainly a lot of bad luck, but just didn't cut it, man. Just didn't get up there. So
that's okay.
I thought he would be up there.
Yeah. I mean, that's like, I think Lefty was saying in his podcast, like, we're going to be happy for him when he's up there and it's exciting and awesome, but we just can't expect it.
Right.
So
that's a good way to look at it.
We'll take the good ones like Silver State. That was incredible. And that's what's going to keep the dude racing. You know what I mean? He's got to, it takes a lot for these guys to be up in that top 10 every single big race, Yeah. Especially the talent pool is so huge. You know what I mean? It's massive. There's B main all the way down to the B main and pro could be in the top 5 at any given race.
Yeah, that dude. The quarterfinals or the half. So you got the quarter, then the semis. The quarterfinals were normal B and A mains.
Yeah,
and 2 full stack quarters before you even got into the semis.
Yeah, with a pool that big, you got to be on point. That's for sure.
The whole Ty Tessman thing, I didn't see it happen. But
nobody did. We just saw his dad on TV. We just saw his dad picking up the car.
Yeah, I still don't really know what happened. I know that somebody hit him head on, coming down, I guess the straightaway, or they were coming out of the pits or something like that. But it's like, how does that happen? What happened?
Well, in a head-on collision, somebody's got to be going the opposite way on the track, and then they hit.
Well, I understand that.
Head-on.
I understand that head-on how it works.
Yeah, but somebody jumped off the wrong side or something.
I'm just wondering how it happens in a race like that with talent like that.
Who knows, man?
I found it. I just don't know what it. I still haven't even really seen what happened. I don't know
how anybody can focus for an hour at all. I don't know how anybody can do that. It's crazy. Nuts, crazy. I can't even focus for 5 minutes, dude.
Well, that's obvious. I can see that right now. All right. Let's while we're talking racing, before we talk any dumb stuff and let people get on here and blitz us with some crazy.
Well, every comment's been 182.
Yeah, because everyone doesn't understand why you are such a hater. That's all. They just want to know.
Dude, The crew that I was observing today, visiting their site, they were up in a man lift at 40 feet. And I'm sitting in the truck and I look out the window and they're blasting Blink. And I'm like, dude, there's no way those guys are getting raises this year.
Man,
sorry, bud.
You're very prejudiced against one band.
Yeah, well, we found the one band and it's just really taken off, but it's good.
So Barry, I guess, had time to watch Testman because Dakota was already in the main. He says, "Where am I?" I don't know how I missed it. You're right. Or was that in the main? It was in the main. How did you even see that, Barry? Jeez. But here's what Barry's explanation is. Adam got hit by another car while he was racing. He punched it and Ty landed at the wrong time. They hit head on and Ty broke. Well, okay. They broke. I mean, he broke. He got hit head on, I guess, by Adam. So that's just wild because he was pretty quick. I mean, not quick enough to beat Dakota, but he was pretty quick. So, anyways,
Bitchin', thanks for the recap there, Barry.
Yeah, thanks, Appreciate Barry. It. Nice talking, Chico. Maybe I'll see you out here someday. I think you're full of it.
You should get him on your show.
I want to, but he said we'd talk, and then he never talked to me about it. So balls in your court, Baker.
Barry balls.
I wonder if Barry's going to Visions this weekend.
Put it in the comments, Barry. Are you going to Visions?
Are you going to Barry? Are you going to Visions, Barry? All right, so Visions is this week. So I think we're going to see a much more competitive Visions this year than we saw last year. What do you think?
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure it's going to be a rad race to watch this weekend. All the heavy hitters are there. Wiggins won it last year. Everybody knows that. That was pretty wild and awesome. So we got Wiggins, Finn, Mayfield, Tebow, Lutz, Bornhorst, Rivkin, Tessman, Ogden, Drake, and Fuller, Mason Fuller. So, it's going to be awesome.
Well, that is a stacked race. So the invite class is actually, not that it wasn't decent last year, but now it's doubly decent. So someone, more money's going to be spread out. I thought it was awesome seeing Jared win that race last year. Maybe even somewhat of a breakout type of a race, but the format's cool and it's on TV. So, it's like, hopefully stuff like this takes off. I would love to see this race become annually huge where it turns into something that everyone, waits to see on TV every year. So, but yeah, I think what we're going to see though, is because there's money involved, tempers could flare. And I like that. I like that a little bit at the pro level.
Yes. Pro level for sure.
At the pro level. Let's not start, waving money around for the other levels, because the whole point to be a pro is to have to sacrifice and get to that point. So I think money needs to stay up there, but I hope that all of them start going to that race. And that race turns into something that just gets big. So
it will. I mean, last year was the inaugural year, and then now this year, I'm sure it's going to be bigger and better. I talked to Joey a couple weeks ago, and he went out weeks in advance. They changed some stuff. The track's going to be bigger this year than it was last year. So that's going to be cool. It's all going to be cool. I did kind of like that size of the track though for the first one, as far as coverage and everything, and it looked really good. So a little bit bigger track. I know that the driver stand is going to be a little bit offset now because they're going wide, but obviously they can't move that driver stand. That's a really nice driver stand as well built, very heavy, I'm assuming, and unmovable. So they're going a little bit out more towards where the Try Me track was, I believe. So it's going to be a little bit farther out on the left-hand side for those guys' vantage point. But I don't know. I think, any track that's on a hill, I think is awesome. Like we've got two out here. We got Thunder Alley, Channel Islands, and just having that elevation just makes the whole driving experience and vantage viewing of your car and driving so much cooler. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And very good for TV when there's elevation and guys and going up and down and whatnot. So yeah, man, I'm excited. That's a cool one. It's got a cool venue. I would say that's the best track on the roster to get people not in RC, getting eyes on RC. people that are kind of in the same, people that like motorsports, like RC. It doesn't matter, what size it is. They're still gonna, what's going on, checking it out. So I think that's a really cool venue, like probably the coolest venue to get new eyes on it. And yeah, man, that's a cool race.
I had signed up to go last year, and I got a RV spot and everything. I think the concept is awesome. My only issue, I had an issue last year. I couldn't go. My daughter and her gymnastics schedule right at the end of it, just kind of put me in park. And then this year I can't go because I've just been gone too long. So I need to be home and do some stuff. But I'm definitely gonna be watching this one and rooting on my guys. We got the ultimate team there, the S Works team there, and so I'm excited about
is Camden going?
Camden's going. Joe and Spencer are going.
Oh, I didn't even see them because I just went off of I believe it was Circus RC, and that was their invite list that they did. So there's more dudes going. That's awesome. I'm sorry if I didn't mention you. I just wasn't informed enough that you guys were going. So good luck to you guys. I definitely want to see Cole do good. I don't know if is Pavitas going to this one. I'm not sure. He might be, but
Pavitas and B Rose.
Nice. Well, see, why aren't they being mentioned? They're the freaking.
They might not be in the invite.
So how does that work if they're not in the invite?
There is one or two people that can race their way in. I think at least one, because Camden raced into it last year, didn't he?
Yeah. He won some money, bumping up from I don't know what the non-invite.
No, actually, he didn't bump into the invite, but he won
he won money. Yeah, he won a couple the heats or however they say it, whatever they're classified as on that.
Yeah.
Well, cool. That then there's way more people going than I thought there was going. I thought we were just gonna be watching these guys. And whoops.
You all right?
Yeah, I just clicked on our shit on the fucking. All right.
So for anyone that doesn't know, Chase is a little technologically challenged, and producer Robert over here sometimes has to break in and make sure that he's okay.
Yeah, well, we're getting there. We're getting there, man. We got some lights. We got a microphone. We got some headsets. We got speakerphones for your microphones, baby.
So who knew that you could get all that at Goodwill? But I'm glad that you were able to find it.
Yeah. We got, actually, this is all non-Amazon. I went into Best Buy and got it.
Well, I appreciate that. I can't say that that's the situation with mine.
Well, the whole experience is so much better like this, man. It really is. And hopefully it's better for the viewers. And because I kind of I played it back, the last one we did, and I was like, man, I sound like shit. So this is way cooler.
That didn't change. You just look better.
What? Huh? I still sound like, can you hear me? Yeah, Jonah. Thanks for jumping in, dude. You killed it. Great job.
Yeah, Jonah killed it for sure. All right. I don't really have much to say about Visions just because it hasn't happened, but I'm excited for it. So I'm not going to keep dwelling on it. I'm going to move forward, and we're going to talk about some other fun stuff. But good luck to everyone down there at Visions.
That's definitely the biggest thing coming up. But locally, SDRC's having a point break race, which is a pretty cool format that's coming up. They're going to run it kind of like the Reedy race at this point break race. So it's 5 rounds of heads up racing to get in there. So that's a pretty cool and different format for the tent scalers out there. You got anything going out your way? Wicked Weekend's like next week or 2 weeks or something, right?
Wicked Weekend's the end of July.
Okay.
So it's about almost 2 months away, 6 weeks away, I guess. There's nothing really too big going on that I can think of this weekend coming. But I also don't have anything on my calendar on purpose because it's my birthday weekend and I'm spending it with my family. So,
well, you got the Pro-Am coming up, so
that's in August. Yeah.
That's a month. I mean, guys got to start getting geared up now if they want to go. So
absolutely, yeah. And we're going to be posting more stuff about that at the end of this week. Actually, Lucas and I will be heading up to that venue probably Thursday for the day. and go get some pictures, video, and we'll start making more announcements and open all that up. But yeah, I'm excited about the program. I think I've been hearing a lot of excitement about it, and that excites me. So
Very
we're
cool.
gonna do everything we can to make it as bitching as possible for sure.
Very cool. We got 2 races coming up at Thunder Alley. There's going to be a Top Notch Series race coming up at Thunder Alley in like a month or so, and then JBRL right back to back. Two of the bigger race series is down here, both at Thunder Alley. They're for their JBRL's third stop. The Notch Series is second stop. So yeah, JBRL's not capped. TNS is capped, and it already sold out. So anybody that's wanting to come out from, we get people from Arizona, Vegas, that kind of stuff for those races sometimes. So definitely jump in at JBRL if you haven't, if you didn't make it in the Notch Series.
That's badass that the Notch Series sold out. I like that they cap it, and good for them. That Lance is doing that same kind of deal out here. I assume similar, and it's going real well for him as well. Yeah, you guys, anyone want to post up where you're racing in the comments? That'd be awesome. See where everyone's racing at. See what tracks are still pumping out competition. I mean, that's always good. I want to see. We have a ton of tracks in the Carolinas, so there's on the Southeastern RC Racers Facebook page. They put a weekly forum up. There's always like 8 to 10 races a week within a few hours of Central Carolinas. Like you can
very cool
find tons of racing. So those guys are spoiled.
Yeah, I think Santa Barbara for Channel Islands is about as far as I'll go for a weekender. That's about 3 hours, 3.5 hours for me, but it's so worth it. Everything else, every other track's about an hour from my house. Dirt's like 20, 25 minutes. Thunder Alley's about 30, 40 minutes, and that's about it.
Channel Islands looks awesome. I would love to go there. Thunder Alley is badass. I've been there a couple times. That's a great track.
Yeah, they're both really good, as well as the Dirt, obviously. That's our home. That's where we go when we go.
Yeah, for sure.
But Channel is unreal. Bucket list track for anybody. You have to go there. It's insane.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to – I'll be out there eventually at some point, I know for a fact.
Yeah, it's like 3 minutes from the beach, dude.
I love that too.
Oh, it's nice.
I love the
nightlife is insane there too. It's crazy.
Oh boy, I don't know if I need any more of that. I'll tell you that right now. All right. Let's see here. Do you want to talk about products or crazy, wacky, not RC news?
Well, I think we could bang out these products. Do you have anything?
I did not bring products to the table today.
Do you have anything was there any spy shots of anything new at the Roar Nats or anything like that?
Honestly,
that you could talk about?
There was nothing.
Didn't J-Con have a new tire?
There's new tires, but there's really no shots.
Okay. Nothing to speak about.
There was at least 2 new tires, maybe 3 new tires by them. I don't know. I didn't see them all, but I know I saw one. And I don't know what it's called or anything like that. But there was no buzz like, oh man, you should see what that brand's got going on. It was honestly, it was just like everyone figuring out tires, racing their balls off. No one was thinking about new stuff. I didn't see or hear anything that would have caught my attention. I did not see like a Sparco F8 or anything.
No.
Around. So
okay.
Yeah, I have no idea.
All right.
I mean, Roach RC said there was a Schumacher prototype e-buggy at Euros. Yes, there was. I saw lots of parts from cars on that car when I saw it today. They have to obviously start somewhere, but we kind of get to see a little bit of what they're shooting for now. So that's good. I mean, at least we know kind of the direction that Schumacher is going with their car, and a lot of people can definitely.
Yeah, a little peek into the end game for whatever that car is going to be. I'm assuming it'll probably be pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, it looked pretty much like a pillow ball car. So, yeah, those are hot right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, nothing crazy product wise. So what do you got? I know you told me that there's a couple products that you want to uh expose this week.
Yes. Well, first off, the new HB World Spec car is coming out. Should be here soon. I can't wait to get mine. I really need a new car, and the new stuff works very well from what I'm hearing. So I'm excited for that. But my first one is Arctic Zipper Lube. Now, as funny as that sounds, I bought a backpack cooler from Arctic so that I could have my beverages on my back and keep my hands free to do stuff. And buying that cooler, they had zipper lube for sale, and it's a real thing. Now, I've been bringing it to the track, and everybody has OGOs and holler bags and whatnot, and sometimes those zippers get a little sticky. So you pick yourself up some of this stuff, slide it on. It's like a paste. It's not like a liquid. It's more of a paste type thing. I don't know if you can see that. Kind of looks like chapstick, but it works really good, and it really revives your zippers. So you can pretty much use it on anything you want, and I really like it. I've been handing it out like candy to everybody, and I've gotten great reviews because it actually works. It's really cool.
So basically, boys, lube your zippers.
Yes.
Lube your zippers.
Yep. So that's one for sure. So definitely go on Arctic. I know it's not supporting really the hobby, but it's going to help out your OGOs and things like that work a little bit smoother when they get sticky. So that's cool.
All right.
Yep. Second
that's a
product.
Good, useful product though. Like that's even good for like your your travel bag for your airplane or your
anything.
If you play softball or baseball or anything, you got a bag,
anything that's got a sticky zipper, man.
Zip it up.
Slap that stuff on there and it'll work better than new. Guaranteed it'll work better than when you got it.
Lube it.
Yeah. Right, I don't know what the lifespan is on this stuff, but
I'm definitely going to get me some.
I've been digging it. So second one up, I was kind of cruising through Circus RC today, just looking for new stuff. And I came, jumped the gun there, but hey, it's there. It's on the screen, ladies and gentlemen. That is Wild Willie's fuel fragrance. So if you want to make your car exhaust, your generator exhaust, your nitro buggy exhaust smell like your ex-girlfriend, they have a fragrance for you. And your car will, I don't know. I've never tried this stuff, but it's a thing.
We gotta get some, dude. We're going to order some of this in and test this. This will be a tested product.
They have 60 different scents. 60. So I wrote down some of them.
Oh, man.
Where did I write them down? Yeah, we've got bubblegum, cotton candy, Fruit Loops, grape, and ex-girlfriend. Ex-girlfriend stood out. Can you zoom in on that, Robert? They really have a fragrance. I don't know what an ex-girlfriend's supposed to smell like. Probably just heartache. I don't know how they bottled heartache in a bottle, but
oh man.
Yeah. You got that. So there you go. Bam. It is a thing.
Hilarious, dude.
Yeah. So that was
someone says the Fruit Loop one smells great.
Really? So people are using these in the wild.
Yeah, Anthony Wheeler says got pina colada. Another guy has grape. It smells so good.
Awesome.
It's like these guys.
It smells like a sandals resort in the Bahamas over there. But hey, dude, if you got a generator running into your stuff or whatever, I'm sure. I mean, I bet it helps.
Can you imagine being in the pits at a place with high vape volume and guys running these different coconut and fucking rainbow smells in there? Like, wow.
But hey,
they're putting smell good in their freaking nitro, dude. Like,
so
how awesome.
I mean, hopefully there's like directions, like the mixture. You know what I mean? I don't know. You don't want to overdo it. You don't want to overdo it. You don't want to overdo it.
I'm going to look at all 60 smells, and I'm going to get the one that is the most heinous and crazy that you don't want to smell, and I want to see if it smells like
you have to get ex-girlfriend.
I'm going to get that one. We'll get another one too, but we are definitely.
Could you imagine like somebody driving by and going, That dude's car smells amazing.
Yeah.
You know?
It's literally freaking vape juice for fucking RC cars, dude. Like, wow.
Oh, well, those are my two products. Hopefully they help you out or at least entertain you guys a little bit. So
I love
that's
it.
that.
I love it. And I think I am definitely going to order some in. So thank you for finding that. That's one of those ones that you don't know that you can't live without until you know it exists.
There you go.
That's that.
Page 1. Done.
All right. Well, I'll start with the crazy not RC news then. How about that? Now I'm gonna preface this. Robert, don't screw up my shit like you just did his. All right. I'm gonna preface this by saying that when I asked Robert, when Chase and me and Robert were on the pre-meeting right before we went live, and I was like, Robert, what'd you think of my 2 pieces of news I got? And Robert says, well, the one with the car. And before he said any more, Chase is like, oh yeah, I already knew what that one was, and I wasn't gonna do that one because everyone's already seen it. So I'm going to still do it anyways because it's rad. And even if you have seen it, you're probably going to still laugh your ass off. So, but yeah, so down in highway in Georgia, just happened to be a tow truck stop, and he had the back, what is it? What do they call those? A roll up or a rollback? Had the rollback laid down and was getting ready to start pulling a car in. And this car comes in probably doing,
Had to have been 80 at least.
At least. And Robert, show these people what this car did at least 80. You got to hit play.
If you haven't seen this yet, you have been working too much and not been on the internet.
Yeah. So, hey, what's going on, guys? Hey, how you guys doing?
Oh,
fucking sent it.
Duke's a hazard, man.
Chick from Sarasota, Florida, 21 years old, said, that looks awesome. I'm going to fucking ramp it.
What's crazy is those trucks like normally have like a nard, like, steel plate in the front to stop that from happening. So that guy must have had to just blow through that thing.
Yeah. I mean, that car
at
launched.
the cab, so the driver would be safe if something happened. So that thing just later, dude.
No, that freaking thing launched. So that was a very send it moment. And when I saw that on the news, I guess if everyone saw it, and I don't watch the news very much or, get a lot of it from anywhere, I just don't do that. So when I saw that, I was like, yeah, that's my kind of video right there.
Somebody needs to do an edit with the Dukes of Hazzard horn when it's in the air. Yeah.
Some banjo and shit.
That needs that for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody's thought about doing it. Like,
oh my God,
somebody's got to do that. So,
well, I've seen a lot of those type of videos where they do the exact same thing on roundabouts.
Yeah. They just blow through the middle and
Bye, Felicia.
Yeah, for sure. And toll booths. People blow through a lot of toll booths and fun stuff happens.
Yeah. Those ones are a little scarier. Like people, but
yeah, there's a lot of pedestrians running around those things.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so my other
how about I do mine and then you go back to yours?
Whatever.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, no.
Get a little alternation.
Yeah, no. You definitely go. I gotta eat a piece of ice and got cotton mouth or some shit.
Okay, so my first one is. Now I pretty much just Google weird things. You good over there?
Yep.
Okay, so a 41-year-old Dutch man was banned from donating sperm because he's fathered between 500 and 600 children in Dutch. I don't know where Dutch is. It just says he's a Dutch man. So I don't know if there's like a Dutchinsville or what. So it's been court ordered for him to destroy, or the court has ordered for the bank, the Jizz Bank, to destroy all of his remaining sperm because there's a lawsuit because the children have fear of incest in this town because damn near every kid in this town
It's his
was
kid.
fathered by this dude. There's 500 or 600 of them documented. His kids.
Oh my God, dude. Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, he made a living off of it, and
Oh,
he's giving
yeah.
his living back.
I mean, he's
Well, I think
Yeah.
I think when you do that, you sign away. You don't have to pay or do anything. It's not like
No.
child support or anything like that.
No,
So,
nothing
but
like that.
geez, he made a living, dude. 500.
Oh, for sure. I don't even know what you get. If there's anybody watching that knows how much you get per donation, please
Yeah.
put that in the comments because that could be a solid slide hustle.
And also, this is the Netherlands. That's where they speak.
That's where Dutch is?
Yeah.
In the Netherlands.
Holy shit.
Yeah, he was ripping his Netherlands. That's for sure.
So, okay. So, look.
$10? That's
But
it?
he goes 40 times a week. Freaking
Wow.
gnats
So
and
for,
all.
I mean, that's only 500 or 600 kids. So there, I mean, that doesn't mean that he only went in there 500 or 600 times. You know what I mean?
Oh, wow.
$10? That's it?
Wow.
That seems pretty low. That seems
listen.
pretty low to be the creator of life.
Listen,
You
if
know?
you can do OnlyFans, you can have 500 kids. I mean, it's just part of it.
Yeah. Imagine just walking in and everybody knows you by name.
Smith.
Hey, Bob.
Hey, Bob.
Back
Smith.
again, huh? Yeah, just a Tuesday, you know. All right, what you got next?
All right, so I found this one to be very, very interesting. A 3-year-old lab shepherd mix from Louisiana named Zoe just became the world record holder of all things dog, I guess, for the longest tongue.
You know what? As I was cruising through my stuff, I seen that, and that was very impressive. That was a long, long tongue.
Robert,
You have a picture of that? Yes. Look at that tongue.
Look at that tongue. World record. This dog now holds the Guinness World Record. They said the tongue, I guess they only measure it from like the outside of the mouth.
Okay, so it's actually off the mouth cliff there. Look at that slow-mo, dude. Look at how many shots they got of this thing.
Look at
That's
that. The
incredible.
water, dude.
It's like a frog
moly.
dog. That's impressive. Look at that.
All right. Thank you for that.
Magical.
Wow.
Magical.
They say
Longest
it's
tongue on a dog.
longer than a Coke can. So I assume that's from outside the mouth because that thing's almost twice the length of a Coke can.
Wow, that's great. So are the labs known for having long tongues, or is this just a magical lab?
I don't know. I mean, it's a lab shepherd, so it could have come from either side of the bank.
Shepherds definitely got some tongues on them. That's for sure.
I mean, labs are hunting dogs. They've got tongues, but
yeah,
that
you know what I learned the other day is the reason why
large.
dogs' ears go in and out like this. It's gonna sound dumb, but it's to hear better.
Okay.
It was something. It like wafts. No, actually wafts the scent to their nose. That's what it was.
Oh,
so they do this, and it's like,
Okay.
Sorry about that.
World record dog tongue length.
That's a good one. Those are good ones, Brent, for sure.
Okay.
Definitely good.
Thanks.
Better than last week.
I appreciate
for sure.
that.
Okay, I'm going to end our non-RC world news with, now I got caught on the tagline of this one. I got caught. I got clickbaited. Okay, because the headline said, Pablo Escobar's cocaine hippopotamus is dead. So I was like, I got to click on this and find out about this freaking drug-running hippopotamus, okay?
That's funny.
He wasn't a drug-running hippopotamus, but Pablo Escobar's cocaine hippopotamus was killed by an SUV in Colombia. He was just doing hippo shit. I guess he's got like a ton of hippopotamuses that he bought because he's got all kinds of random animals. And apparently hippos just run wild in Colombia. Nothing to do with cocaine, but the headline got me. I'm thinking they're gonna this hippo gets hit by a car and then it just like
bursts with cocaine.
Not the case. Just a regular old hippo.
Oh man.
But it was Pablo Escobar's hippopotamus. So
wow.
Sad day for a hippopotamus.
Oh man.
But his dad was famous.
All right. Wow. So
that's that.
Ooh. Okay. You got anything else before I release the Kraken?
I think that's about it.
Because
we're gonna take some call-ins now.
Yeah, now would kind of be the time, don't you think?
I think it's perfect time.
All right.
I think we might need to drop a commercial. You know, we take a minute here.
Oh, you want to do that?
Yeah, let's drop a commercial. Let's come back to some callers. So dial in, toll free. You will be live on the Wheel and Trigger podcast.
Right
live.
After this commercial.
Quality. Precision. Passion. For servos, batteries, and fuel, go to nitroproracing.com.
Oh yeah,
man, Nitro Pro's got some banger beats in theirs too as well.
Yeah, awesome. You need to work on your shit.
Well, you made mine, so that's probably why it's garbage.
Yeah.
But anywho,
all right. So
commercial is perfect time to take a leak.
Yeah, that does work.
Good job, Nitro Pro.
Good job, Nitro Pro. All right, so let's see. Sounds like he's getting somebody on now. All I got to say is, you do not have to talk RC if you guys call up here. Just don't say anything that we can't. Just don't say anything terrible.
Yeah, maybe just pretend like your grandma's in the room or something, and let's keep it pretty PG-13. Let's not go too wild. If we did, I'm sure we have the ability to cut you off, so don't get cut off.
Okay. I think he's getting ready to put somebody through. Let's see what we got here. You got it?
Who do we got?
Let's go, Robert. Let's go, Robert. Let's go, Robert. Let's go.
Man, I had 3 Angus beef chili cheese dogs from Wiener Schnitzel today.
Holy shit.
And I think I need to drink some of that Wild Willie's juice because my exhaust is firing right now.
Oh boy. Caller, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, Jesus.
I want to know how many times I've got to call this freaking phone line to get through to the show that I sponsor.
Oh, how many times did it take you to get in? You're in.
3.
Three times.
Brent. I should have like a bat line, a direct bat line.
Well,
I'm gonna have to agree with you on that one.
spend a little bit more money to have one put in my studio, and you got it.
Wow. If they knew how much I was spending.
Well, they don't.
They don't. They don't.
So what's up,
man?
Drew?
Clearly, neither do you.
Yeah. Whoa.
Right now, I'm about $2,400 a minute.
I
That's
like
a lot.
it. I like it a lot. So let's keep them on for another 10 minutes,
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah, exactly.
So how
Oh
was
my God.
didn't you
So,
just
I
get
have
back
to
from
say-
some overseas trip or something?
Yeah, I was in Israel for a week and a half. It was fun.
Nice.
It's awesome.
Looked awesome.
Visiting the motherland.
I want to go there. Next time, take me.
We should definitely go sometime. It is definitely a special place. I want to go back. I'm actually drinking some whiskey that I got from there, which is
Nice.
surprisingly. I'm pretty astute on my whiskeys. I have a good collection, and this is one of the nicest ones that I've gotten. It's made in Israel, so very
Awesome.
they've got the agriculture there that's out of this world. I mean, to find a group of people that can grow the kind of stuff that they grow in the middle of a desert is
So
absolutely insane.
what does it take to make whiskey in Israel?
It just depends on what type. Well, it just depends if you're making like a bourbon or if you're making a rye. You're really just your mash. So generally, like a rye is going to be more of a corn mash, and your bourbons are going to have a little bit more sugar. They'll be a little bit sweeter. But that's most traditional bourbons are corn mash.
Right on.
And the fermenting process and what kind of barrels they put them in is really kind of the key. The key to making it. Whatever the end result is going to be.
Bitchin'.
Well, thank you for
But
that
yeah,
lesson.
very,
Maybe
very,
you can
very, very, very good stuff.
maybe you can bring some for a sip at I won't tell nobody at Wicked Weekend.
Yeah, for sure. I'll definitely bring some. I'm all about bringing party favors.
I like the whiskey. So what's up, dude? What did you really call
That's
to?
not the only one you like.
What
Let's not be coy here, Brad.
what did you really call about Drew? You've got to have called because you're too wound up just to call for casual conversation.
Oh, I mean, dude, I've got a litany of things. I just don't want to take the show over. We still got to do our will and trigger.
I've been saying you can come up anytime and sit down.
I really want to find out how they bottled whore and made it a scent.
Oh, he's talking. Is that the ex-girlfriend?
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
we definitely need to get to the bottom of this scent.
Come to find out when she's got an OnlyFans and she's a frequent traveler. That's AKA for I fuck for money.
Right on. So it probably smells like
I did.
Banana boat.
And it was funny because like my friend hooked me up, and we spent 8 months, almost a year, going pretty hard at it. And I was like, and then they were like, "Oh yeah, you didn't know this?" And I was like, "Nah, man, I didn't know, and it would have been nice if you would have told me."
I'm so lost right now.
Yeah, I don't even know
dude.
where to. Yeah, I mean it's.
But I really like the fact
Speechless.
that you're telling stories. So
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I've got stories. Like, I mean, the tagline Cadillac of anal beads on freaking Lefty's thing is, yeah, you didn't hear that in his intro was me talking about the Cadillac of anal beads when I was coming back from a race.
No.
All right, I'll give you some context. So,
All right.
So if you remember, I used to have the Matco van, and before or no, I didn't have the Matco van. Before
It's
the
the box
Matco
van.
I had the U-Haul box truck.
Yep.
And the guy tagged it. I was at Sumter for a race, and the guy tagged it with free candy on the side of it. And
Nice.
so I'm coming back from a Sumter race, and the thing's got free candy, lefty for president, like all this shit tagged on the side of it. The truck had caught on, mind you, the truck had caught on fire going to P&B like a couple weeks before. So like half of it was burst up. So I'm driving back from Sumter, and I get tired and I pull off on the side of the road into an empty lot off of 95. And I wake up to these cops banging on my door, on the door, and I'm like, "What do you want?" And they're like, "Hey, you can't be here." And then they started questioning me because I've got like free candy and all painted on the side of this shady box truck.
And you're alone.
And so I'm alone by myself.
Okay.
So the cop starts grilling me. And he was like, "Yeah, we deal with a lot of sex traffickers and all this stuff." And I was like, "How many sex traffickers are in a van that say free candy on the side of it? Like, you'd think they'd be a little bit more discreet." And so he starts grilling me, and then I start getting mad. Just like, now you're accusing me of, sex trafficking minors. And like, I'm just trying to sleep. You've like woken me up. I'm already tired. I'm already mad. And he was like, "Hey, well, do you know anything about these anal beads on the outside your van?" And I was like, "What are you talking about?" And sure as shit, there was a fucking T handle with anal beads on this, like sitting in this empty lot. It was like had a LCD screen on it, and like I could only assume it came with multiple functions.
Wow.
And so, like, I'm sitting here, I'm like, now what do I do? Like, literally, this thing's sitting right here.
Were you like,
I've got
those
free
aren't
candy
mine?
spray painted on the side of my. Yeah, those aren't mine.
Those aren't mine.
So I was like, "Listen, you can search the car." I gave the dude my pistol. I was like, "I'm armed. I got a license. Here you go. You're more than welcome to search." But I was like, after that, dude, I'm done. Like, I was just sitting here sleeping. You're accusing me of all this stuff. You've got the Cadillac anal beads sitting next to my fucking truck. I'm sure you planted it. Because I'm like, then I started asking the guy, like, "How do you know, like, this is like the hub for sex traffickers?" I'm like, "It's abandoned bank parking lot on the side of 95.
Robert, you have
One
got
hell
this.
of
You
one hell of a
have
story.
got to start vetting these guys better, dude. Like, there's no reason.
One hell of a story, Drew.
that we should have talked about anal beads this long.
First
on
go.
this
We even
show,
did
dude.
a disclaimer.
Hey,
What are we
I
gonna
never
do?
thought we would.
Arizona
We would.
calls.
I never.
Oh,
I never thought
geez,
we would even have a disclaimer. But it's funnier that we had a disclaimer and then Drew called and dropped the anal bead story on us. Like, come on now.
Oh, Drew.
Good stuff, Drew. When you
Thank
coming to
you.
California?
I mean, listen, dude, I'm here for ratings. I'm
You're,
not here for a long time. I'm just here for a good time.
yeah, but 5 minutes ago you just said we lost 5 viewers. Now we've lost 25 viewers. So thank you for your ratings. That
Hey,
Yeah,
listen,
some little
is
kid
this
just
show-
begged
is
his
this
mom.
show for them, or is it for us?
Some little
Well,
kid just begged his mom to be able to stay up and watch this show, and now he can never watch it again.
he'll never be able to watch it again.
Oh,
You
man.
ruined his whole summer, dude.
Did. Oh man,
Oh my God, he's gonna get so grounded.
he's
I
so
have got
grounded.
Dang gnats freaking me up in here. All
Now
right,
there's a mom explaining to his son what those are right now. On a
what, the anal
couch.
beads?
Yeah,
The multifunctional anal beads.
Good
What
grief.
the-
Yeah, no, like I'm talking about just not your regular rope. Like this thing was like literally like a T handle. It had a T handle
Deluxe.
with like buttons and a screen. It was I never seen anything like it. They had to be $100. Like it's not just something you like leave laying around, especially like in an abandoned parking lot. Somebody is definitely missing those things.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Drew.
Well, congratulations
Yeah.
on your collaboration with J&T and your servos. That's pretty big news. That's cool.
Yeah. So are you seeing? Are you getting to see some more guys? We wanted to do a thing where Brent's our number one like homegrown website. Like we haven't ventured out beyond that. We're really happy with the pace that we've been able to keep up with HRC. And so it was really nice to kind of say, hey, we had to free up with Wally going back to Associated and, needing to run the Reedy stuff. So we had a spec servo because we don't want to over inundate people when they come to the website to find things. And so freeing up that spec of servo, which was a really popular one, was really nice. And it ended up having to be with a little tweaking the one that Tyler wanted. So it was really great because I know we had a lot of trouble pushing out into the West Coast area, especially with Chris Nelson and all the TNR, and not wanting to be, not wanting to be a issue with team guys and stuff like that. So it was really nice to be able to get something together with Tyler for sure. So hopefully we'll get to see some more of our product via Tyler through JT Bearing. That was pretty much goal. The only Nitro Pro on is on the bottom to say, hey, if you've got any warranty issues, you come to us. And with the Tyler servo, we've upped our warranty. It's 12 months, no hassle. Literally anything happens, your car catches on fire, your wife gets mad at you and runs over your car. Whatever it is, we're going to replace the servo, no questions asked.
One thing to add to that for the people that are listening that are into or want to try one if they haven't yet, it's not just like sending it back to Nitro Pro and getting it back. You can, any dealer that has them should be able just to swap it out and then Nitro Pro reimburse them. So it's definitely a great warranty program.
Absolutely. All of our dealers, we have a small network. We've done really good on being able to, I think, price ourselves competitively, especially for the quality of product that we have. In the dealer, the hobby shop gets a really, really good margin. So if you guys got anybody who's interested in carrying them, local hobby shops, they get really, really good margins. And we want to do that because we want to keep the hobby shops open, because at the end of the day, places like HRC, even A-Main, even these bigger names, but all the local hobby shops, being able to, make some money on the product, it's really, really big for them. So it's been really good for us as far as sales are concerned, and to be competitive and still be under the mark of where all these other companies are going, and also be able to offer the dealers something that they can make some good money on.
Well, bitchin', thanks, Drew. Thanks for your time. Thanks for calling in. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
And have a good night, man.
Absolutely.
Carve out a little bit of time to drive up to the studio. We'll do that podcast.
Yeah, I will. I'll call you. I'm going down to Florida for the week tomorrow, and I'll be back. But I'll call you sometime this week, and we'll set something up so I can head up to Myrtle Beach and chop it up with you before the Pro-Am, because I'm really excited about that, and excited about talking about it and hearing some more about it.
Well, I'm excited for you to be a partner of it and sponsor of all this and helping me out, man. I really appreciate it, and I believe in the product myself. I like to push the stuff that I believe in, and your servos are definitely good. So I don't know about you, but your servos are pretty good.
Yeah, no, I might not be great. I'm a terrible human being. I've got a good heart, and I know how to run a business.
Very awesome.
The rest of it is all a mess. Yeah, the rest of it is all a mess.
All right, brother.
Guys, you have a
well,
good
bitchin'.
night.
Thanks. Have a good night,
Drew.
Brent. I mean,
suck it.
Drew. All right, next caller. Who we got there?
Hey, read that comment right there, dude.
Yeah.
My wife came in the room and was like, "What are you watching? I love it." It's an RC show, dude. Come on, Billy, tell her. All right, here's the number. Call in. Got any questions for Chase or me, or maybe even Robert, the producer? He's kind of a mystery. No one really ever gets to see him.
We should have a Robert cam that clicks onto him when
He
he
might not want that, and maybe we just keep him a mystery. You know,
Okay.
like that guy that has the big disco ball on his head when he DJs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Marshmallow.
mean, just like that dude.
That's a
You
square.
know? Yeah. So we just whatever. We just go ahead and keep him a mystery, and maybe people ask him questions. Maybe people want to get to know him better.
I'm sure they do. Anybody got any questions for Robert? Please call in right down there.
He is putting someone through here in just a second. I can hear him do it. I didn't want to give you all radio silence while he's over there on the cords. You know how they like pull back in the day, they're like, "Thank you for calling. How can I help you? Please hold." You know, like that's what he's doing right now. He's like plugging in wires and all kind of stuff. So
Nice. I'm just excited we have another caller. Fireball scent. You see that?
I like it. I like it a lot.
The cinnamon shredder.
Fireball scent.
Uh-oh. Whoever's on the phone, you got to turn off your monitor or turn it down.
We definitely have a new caller.
Can you hear me?
Caller.
Who do we got on the line?
What up?
What up? Who is
What's
this?
up, dude?
Can you get? It's Nick from TZO. What's up, bro?
What?
Yeah.
What's up, dude?
What up, Nick?
What's cracking, dog?
Que pasa, my gringo amigo?
That should say Nick from TZO on there. Can you please adjust his name?
Yeah, I could barely hear you guys. You guys are wild.
You're
Yeah,
wild. You're the
yeah.
wildest, low key, the wildest dude there is.
I mean, I turn on the TV and you guys are talking about anal beads and shit. It's pretty cool.
Well, I think that one was just we caught us both a little off guard there, and we kind of just we're not just gonna stop the show.
That's funny. Yeah, for you
There we go.
I mean,
just to tune in right then, that was a opportunistic time for you to get involved. So what do you got any stories about those like T-handle style anal beads? Actually, no, never mind.
no.
I don't want to hear any more
I
about
don't play with those.
I don't want to hear any more about it. What are you doing, man? Isn't it past your bedtime? It's like 7:00 out there.
No, I don't go to bed till like 2 a.m.
No, he's on the phone when we're sleeping like little babies. He's on the phone making moves, doing stuff.
Yeah,
Nick is the hardest working man in RC.
So what do you got coming out? Don't you got something you got any like secrets, any breaking news?
Yeah, we got a special tire coming out, Cole Ogden design. It's called the 501. It's a East Coast tire, I would say. That's Cole's been asking for, so he designed it, and coming out pretty soon here.
Very cool.
Well, that's what I wanted to hear. I like it.
Very cool.
Yeah. Got some secrets for you guys. You should have hit me up when I was all white girl, white clawed out when we were partying.
I'll squeak those secrets out of you when you fly out here to do the podcast with me.
Nice. That's another one.
Very sick. That was a good time.
Yeah, I had a good time at Nats with you.
That was fun.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it was fun.
I saw one glimpse of you
Did
guys when Cody FaceTimed me in the house when you guys were all hanging out, and you guys looked like you were definitely having a good time.
Oh, that house was the fire department should have came over because that house was up in smoke. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I didn't know I was gonna sleep on the couch with Cheech and Chong in the next room.
I think he's referring to
TJ and Daniel.
some other boys that were staying with us as well.
Yeah.
Well, awesome, man.
They should change their name to
they should change their name to True Green, not True Form.
So what was it like?
It's already taken.
I know that you drove up with Cody up there. What was it like spending? How long did it take to drive up there? First of all,
We left, I think, Tuesday night. We put in about 4 or 5 hours, and then stopped at some random ghetto hotel that was actually pretty nice. And passed out, woke up early, made some phone calls, and jetted out and got there about 2 o'clock, I think. But it was chill. We were just yapping away, all cracked out on monsters, hanging out.
Did he get car sick? I know he gets car sick pretty easy.
No, he didn't. He didn't.
Perfect. You know how in the Panda, I always have a trash, like a Homer bucket in the middle, because I just throw my trash away in there. Like, everybody thinks it's a dumb idea until they actually have something to throw away. Well, we were on our way back from, I think we were in Bakersfield, and he got car sick and threw up all in my trash can one time.
Cody, come on, Brody Robson.
We didn't have a can after that.
Maybe you weren't pulling over enough for a cigarette break. He needed a cigarette every 5 minutes.
Yeah, if he doesn't smoke, he gets car sick. Well, right on, man. Well, cool. Are you going to obviously be at probably the Notch Series and JBRL and all that stuff? What's next for you?
Yeah, we'll be out there supporting all the local drivers, having a good time, drinking some CL.
And for those of you that don't know Nick personally, Nick is an assassin. That guy can wheel. So watch out. If he's coming to your town, Nick will probably beat you. Especially
when he's on the White Claws.
Oh, down with those.
They drove all the way up from.
All right, homies. I was just calling.
You guys drove up from SoCal with them California cracks. Those them monsters.
The Christian crack.
The monsters.
Christian crack.
We drink them like water out here, man.
Left the glass pipe at home. Got a black can.
Nice. Awesome.
All right.
All right, buddy. I was just calling in to say what up. You guys have a good show. I'm digging it. I'll smell you guys later.
Yeah, brother. Thank you.
Later, Nick.
Later, Nick.
Right.
He needs to stop stealing dial-up from his neighbor's phone or whatever.
Yeah, he's probably on some Mexican calling card or something, dude.
I saw you on the phone so much at Nationals. There's no way that every time you talk to somebody, it was like, come on.
Yeah. Oh, hey, he called in. That's awesome. Nick from TZO is watching.
That's funny. Yeah, dude, we had some good times. We all went out to the bar, so we didn't really talk about this when I was talking about Nationals. But so we all go. When I say we all, it's
pretty much the house
guys.
Right?
Some house. It was the house, but there was more people. There was like S Works team. There was some HB team. There's they were just from all over the place. Anyway, we went out with a pretty big group and we went bar hopping. Chico's a college town. We only did this one night, but we ended up at this country bar that has a bull. And
I seen a video.
Tim Lyon was like, I'll ride it if you ride it. And so we're kind of like, yeah, go ride it, Tim. And Nick was just loving watching big ass bald white man Tim on that bull, trying to hang on for more than a few seconds. And he actually held on longer, even though it was kind of a sissy ride. You know, the controller, he or whoever that was could have flung him off quick, but he let him. I don't know if he paid him off because we all had bets on him, how long he would last. Scott Heckert actually ended up winning that deal. He went 7.6 seconds on that bull.
That's a pretty long time.
Named Rainbow. So, you know, I mean, if he could do it, I'm pretty sure both of us could have done it as well. So,
dude, the last time I've been on a couple of those things, and the last time I was on one,
I've got a very special caller.
Is this serious?
I don't know who it is. Obviously.
We'll put him through.
Put him through.
Jesus Christ. This is all.
Welcome to the Will and Trigger Hotline. You're live.
John from Arizona. How y'all doing today?
Wait, give it a second. It's taking a second to sync up.
All right.
All right, you're live, caller.
All right, yo, how y'all doing? Wheel and Trigger.
Oh
It is me,
man.
John from Arizona. How y'all doing today?
Hey,
Good.
John from Arizona.
How
What's
are you,
happening,
bud?
dude?
Oh, I'm good. Have
So-
y'all heard about the Las Vegas alien that is on the news lately?
Was that the one where the cop caught the UFO crashing on his body cam?
No, it's the one where they found it in this guy's backyard.
Really?
Tell us more.
Yeah,
Tell me all
so
about
this
it.
guy, like this guy, in his backyard, he came out running, and he's like, "There's an alien in my backyard," and everyone's like freaking out, and like all the cops and everything. You see, that was like across the street from my Airbnb. I went to my cousin's wedding that day. And, you know,
John, I've got my finger on the
earlier
hang up
that
button,
day-
brother.
Hold on.
It
We're
was
not
across
done
the
yet.
street.
All right,
So
all right.
would you say you were
Earlier that day.
were
Oh.
about 100 yards from an actual alien encounter?
Hell yeah, brother! I was 100 yards from an alien encounter.
When?
Out of
And you know
control.
what's funny is that
How long ago was this?
out of control. It was real out of control. This was like last week,
No shit.
Dang.
and
I wonder if he was just trying
happened
to.
was-
He got lost going to the alien jerky in Baker.
sorry, what's that?
You know how they have the alien beef jerky in Baker, where the world's largest
yeah,
thermometer
yeah,
is? I bet he was just trying to get there.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, it is good.
Maybe. But what was funny is that there was a costume party down the street that very same that night, and there was also like people dressed up as aliens. So you see like masks and stuff. And as I was walking down,
Yeah, if you're not an
like, everyone
alien,
was
you have to
freaking out.
dress up as an alien. You know?
Yeah, hell yeah, brother. So this guy who was dressed up as an alien handed me something y'all were talking about. He handed me some anal beads
No way.
and what would be called a bad dragon.
did they-
I'm not sure what that's for. I gave it to him.
Did they say Drew Singer's angle beads in Sharpie on them? Because he's looking for those.
No. They claimed it was the same one that chess guy used.
That's crazy, man. Those things
The
get
guy who cheated
round.
in the chess tournament.
That's crazy, brother.
So, John,
Yeah,
I
and I
thought
sold them on eBay. I got about $2,000 from it.
You sold the anal beads on eBay?
that's like $50 a bead, man. That's pretty good.
No, they sell for more.
Really? What's the market like
Yeah,
on
and
those
that-
things right
and,
now?
you also,
What's the bead market like?
it depends on the brand. You see,
Okay.
like, if you want that primo, the primo ones, like I'm talking like with Bluetooth wireless, like that's easy going to set you back with about 500.
Wow, that's pretty pricey.
Thank you for
That-
that knowledge, but
That is pretty pricey.
it's out of my price range.
So, John, were you born and raised in Arizona? And I want to know how many aliens you have officially seen.
I am born and raised in the old state of Arizona, but I have never seen an alien in my life.
Man.
Only
Well,
when I went to that costume. Only when I went to that costume party. That's when I saw an alien. It was a person though.
yeah, obviously. Well, I mean, don't give up your dream, man. Is this what you're really going for? Is alien encounters, or are you just stoked that you might just catch one at 7-Eleven one day?
You know what? I think I might just find one in the 7-Eleven bathroom.
Oh, no, make it up.
Now, there's
y'all
a
have a
difference
good
between
night,
an
you
actual there's an actual difference between alien jerky and then going out for some alien jerky. You know what I mean? Don't be jerking my chain, John. I know you know some aliens.
The alien jerk.
The alien jerk goes hard in that 7-Eleven
Dude,
next
what
to
is
Caesar's
this
Palace
guy
at
like?
9 o'clock on a Sunday.
I want to know. I'm taking that guy to lunch. I
Yeah.
gotta figure out who he is first. Dude, what did he? The last time we did this, he said something wild.
He
That's
said
why.
he was gonna blow Blink 182.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's a fan, dude.
Yeah, he's a Blink fan.
That's what I'm talking about.
Hey, thanks for calling.
Oh.
Trigger, who's this?
Your mic's on there, big boy.
All right, did we let John go? Call in next week, John. Look forward to hearing from you.
I mean, at this point now, I just want to know what he's like. I actually am looking forward to him calling back just because I want to know.
You know, the next time he calls in, we got to get like one of those like really grainy like photos of an alien. So when he calls in, it says John from Arizona, and it's like this alien picture.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh man, I love it. I love it.
All right, we got somebody coming through here shortly.
Well, it's only 7:30. So what time is it out there?
Hey, who are we talking with?
This guy's name is Computer Aided Drafting.
I'm on?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're on. Caller.
Well, he spelled my name wrong. So.
Is it Chad? Cade. Oh, Cade. Cade, what's up, Cade? How's it going?
Cade from Georgia.
Is this
It's going.
Roach RC,
not
Cade?
much. Yep, Roach RC, Cade.
What's up, dude?
Not much. Just wondering, like, hey, what is that last guy on, and can I have at least 7 of them?
Yeah, dude. We are number one. I have no idea who it is, so I'm trying to figure that out by his voice. And number two, he definitely brings a different tone of smile and happiness when I hear him say stuff because it's so off the wall.
I feel like
sorry,
I feel like we're kind of starting to get to know him and breaking him out of his mold. So here's what we know about John from Arizona so far. He wants to blow Blink 182. He likes Blink 182. He meets aliens in 7-Eleven bathrooms. He goes to costume parties. And he knows what his neighbors are doing.
Yeah, it's true. We do know that. We're figuring it out as we go. But also, on the topic of, I'm going back a little bit, of the
You're not going
guy
back to
with the
anal
sperm
beads.
bank.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
I'm not going back to anal beads. I'm going back to sperm bank.
Okay.
Because I was curious about how much money this dude made, right? So in the Netherlands, for every single visit that you go to a sperm donation or donating bank, you get 200 euros or the equivalent of $200.
All right. So
and
that's pretty
lucrative. At
lucrative.
least 300 kids, or 300 to 400 to 500 kids. So he's made at minimum $60,000 to most $120,000.
That's incredible.
So dude's paid off his mortgage by reading some magazines and having kids he doesn't have to
in the
pay
Netherlands.
for.
That's not going to pay for rent.
Yeah, well, I mean, whatever.
He lives in the Netherlands. That's not going to pay for rent.
Well, that's because it's his slide hustle.
His slide.
That's true.
Sleight of hand.
It is a side hustle. It'll pay for gas to get him home.
Yeah.
But also, this next question is a little bit RC related, believe it or not.
All right, here we go.
So I'm doing a video on, like, I already did a video on budget 10 scale racing, right? And people wanted me to do 8 scale racing. Can you please, Brent, could you please say what you said on that other, I think it was episode 7 of what you need to do to get into 8 scale racing? Because I think it summed it up very well.
On episode 7 of Wheel and Trigger?
I think so. It was like, it had something to do with, like,
I'd rather people just go listen to it.
Well, for
no,
budget,
listen, there's not a real full budget way of doing a scale. So like you can do it on a budget and you can have fun. You've just got to put your expectations in perspective and spend what you can spend. Don't overdo it, and just try to enjoy it as a hobby, because that's what it is for 99.9% of the people. So budget way to do it is buy somebody out if they're selling, or save up and just buy the best, buy the best piece by piece. But best thing you could do is generally buy somebody out as they're having hard times, or someone just getting out of the hobby because they don't enjoy it or don't have the time for it, maybe had a kid. But those are really good opportunities.
And when a new car comes
Okay.
out, everybody's
Yeah.
always
Oh,
selling the last year.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, to me, that's the most important thing, is to just don't overstep your bounds and don't outlive your means. Just do what you can and enjoy it. It'll keep it cheap in every form that you do, if you do it that way, as long as you just don't pad your expectations with BS.
Yeah, and you can always term marshal for people to, pay for your entries. You can do all kinds of stuff. When me and my son got into it, we were taking tires out of trash cans to get new tires. You know what I mean? So you can do it if you really want
Literally
to.
exactly what I did at Masters of Dirt last year.
Yeah, you can do it, man.
Yeah, and those
Any
tires were
budget.
not bad. That's the crazy thing. Those guys just didn't want to fly with them, and it's their loss is your gain. And I appreciate the fact that a lot of them will actually leave it on the tables for you just to come grab, so you're not like digging out of cans. But some people just don't. So sucks.
You can make it happen. Best thing is just buy somebody's old platform that they're, getting a new car or whatnot, or like Brent said, somebody getting out of the hobby. Typically when somebody's getting out of the hobby, that means that car has been sitting on their shelf for maybe a year until they finally decided to let it go.
Yeah.
Or, whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the best way, definitely.
And I always suggest try to run what your hobby shop or everyone at the track is running for the most part. It's easier to get parts, easier to get help, set up help, stuff like that.
Yep, for sure.
All right.
My advice.
Product support's huge. For sure. And everybody's more apt to sell it way cheaper. Way cheaper than if you're asking for something, if somebody's got an arm and something that, they're going to be like, give me $10 and you can have it or something, versus buying it full price.
Okay.
For shizzle.
I sold a Sandwall receiver last weekend at Channel for $40 because some dude's like, hey dude, my receiver went out. I need a receiver. Do you have one? I said, yeah. He's like, I'll pay you for it. And I was just like, give me $40, dude. You just bought us pizza. I'm stoked. You're stoked. Everybody's pumped.
That's awesome. It's my neighborly.
That's pretty much the situation. I'm trying to grab myself a new Mugen because I like pain.
Yeah.
Well, new car just came out, so there's probably plenty in your area that are, guys that run Mugen selling their old cars.
For sure.
Yeah. I already told my associated because I don't need to do a review on it, but I want to.
Yeah.
I think that was a little loaded. But yeah, they're all good cars, man. Just pick the brand you like.
That wasn't as loaded as you think.
Okay.
Well, cool, man. Well, thank you for calling. Barry, you should call right now so that I can dry your tears. I'll give you a number.
Well, right on, dude. Thanks, Roach RC. Do you have a website or anything like that, Mr. Roach RC? Cade?
What did you say? I'm sorry.
What's your
That's
what,
my YouTube channel.
What is it? Roach RC?
Roach RC. That's my YouTube channel.
Awesome.
Okay. We appreciate you calling in, man. I appreciate your support too. I look forward to working with you shortly.
Sure. See you soon, Brett.
All right. Later, dude.
Good night.
All right, Barry. Come on. It's your time. Don't yell at Robert. Don't yell at me. I wasn't the one that hung up on you. See how many people get on with Barry when Barry Baker calls, if he even
Barry
calls back.
should definitely call in. What do you think? One more caller, huh? One more.
If it's Barry, it's probably about all we're going to be able to get. Now he's not going to call. He's going to leave it to us to have this anticipation.
All right. You got any more commercials? Because I'm starting to do the dance over here.
Doing the pee-pee dance? You can't wait 20 minutes?
I can't hold it like you can, man.
Does that mean something?
What's that? No, it doesn't mean anything. But I remember when I was on your podcast, you're like, I've been holding it for 2 hours. You Nance. It's like right when my brain, like Andrew Dice Clay would say, right when my brain tells my dick I gotta take a squirt. You know? right with that. Hey. Mother Goose, But hey,
oh boy, here we go.
You got a commercial, or are we taking a call?
Nope, we got excitement.
I could probably just pee right here.
Do it.
You wouldn't even know. I will.
Do it.
Okay.
All right, you there, Barry?
I'm here.
Yeah, Barry.
Dude, it's like calling in for Blink 182 tickets to the radio station.
Yeah, you can't get them. You can't get in.
You got front row, dude.
Because I think Chase bought them all or something. Who knows?
Yeah, he's giving them to all of his friends and family for his 40th birthday party.
Can you please explain the guy from Arizona to me?
I don't know if we have an explanation, dude.
Cow.
I like him.
I'm trying to figure out who it is.
I'm just wondering. I mean, that's like a cousin of somebody from Menifee or something.
You think Menifee? I don't know. I'm pretty sure he's from Arizona.
I don't know. There's some wackos out there for sure.
That was way easier.
But who the heck knows? But I mean, that was like a little crazy. Oh, and by the way, when you said that that true form should be green form, that is definitely true.
Yeah. Green form's even better.
Dude, green form, and then he'd do a collab with Roach RC, like match made in heaven.
Wow.
Oh my goodness. I've known TJ forever, and yeah.
They hold no bones. Green form. I hope they're listening. They can change their name, and now they got countless amount of logo shirts. Now
Chase came up with that, but you weren't listening at the time, I'm sure.
The green form one.
You know, that's what.
I'm gonna have to give that credit to Brett.
Chase said that earlier.
I'm pretty sure that's
somebody
Brett.
said it. Somebody else wasn't listening. But yeah, it's like Nick said in the interview that I'm sure that the fire department should have stopped by a few times.
Yeah.
If the windows were open.
A couple. Well, we had an Airbnb at like almost college housing. It was like student housing, so there's like 5 bedrooms in one community like center of these rooms, and it's like they don't believe in opening windows there. So it was like you walked into a Motley Crue concert every time you walked in and out the front door.
I mean, that's how it was in Davenport when we played last week.
Yeah,
last weekend.
We were
it was pretty heavy. Yeah.
We sold it out though.
You mean when the butt guns were there?
Yeah.
And they were playing.
Yeah, we played at Coors Amphitheater on Sunday, actually yesterday. So
sold it
luckily
out.
we all made it back in for this show. But
I actually hurt my back, Barry.
You want to hear a story about an Airbnb?
Yes.
Of course.
Did
that's why we're here.
Dakota tell you about the story of the Airbnb in Chico?
I believe I've heard a little bit of it, but I want to hear it from you because it's probably going to be way better.
Okay, so we get told where the Airbnb is about 2 weeks beforehand, maybe a week beforehand. I got a message that said, "Okay, here's the address," because I was driving up and meeting them guys up there, and I Google the address and I'm like, it's a Jewish synagogue, and I'm like, this is crazy. So I call up. I'm like, there's no way that this is the right place. It has to be the wrong address. So it ends up being the right address. And Dakota, Mike, Dakota and Mike, they flew into SFO and drove out because I guess they could get nonstop flights from Detroit, and they could get there quicker and go home and, you know, do whatever instead of coming into Sacramento. And Sacramento's an hour and a half drive, and I think SFO was like 3 hours.
Yeah.
So they decided to do the SFO. So they fly into SFO. They give me a call. They go, "Hey, where are you?" I said, "I'm a few hours out still." And they go, "Okay, well, we're going to get there and I will give you a call." And so Dakota literally calls me and goes, "Dude, you will not believe this place." And I said, "What do you mean?" And he goes, "You just have to see it." And I'm like, okay. And I guess there was a dumpster out front that had Jewish hate stuff, spray painted on it. And they had, it's the Chico State Jewish Student Center or something is what it said on there. But the guy renovated the upstairs, which looked like an attic, into like Airbnb. And there were like 3 beds in one room, 2 beds in another, a bed here. There was like 1 bathroom upstairs. There was a closet that literally was angled down that, it was like, how do you even fit in here or put anything in there? There were like 20 stairs to get up to the actual floor. Okay. Now you have all these, 6 RC racers because, Cole didn't make it out because, he wasn't feeling well. So there were supposed to be 7 people in there, but so now there's 6, right? They all have 40 to 50 pound bags trying to go up 20
2 or 3
stairs. That wasn't going to happen.
Probably.
At least 2 each.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that wasn't going to go over very well. So then you walk into the place. Okay. Now the door lock had one of those coded, locks where you just push in a code and the bolt goes and comes out. Right.
Right.
Well, you watched it go in and the bolt might've gone in maybe 1/8 of an inch into the door. Like you literally could pull on the door hard enough and the door comes wide open. Okay. It had like 3 window air conditioners that they didn't even seal the windows. So like there was like a 1/4 inch around all the windows, so like you got the outside air, the inside air, you had whatever. And it was like, it wasn't bad inside, but you could tell if it was nuclear hot outside, which it got on the weekend, that it would be hot inside. So then you have this you walk into this living room, okay? And there's a full bathroom downstairs. Why is there a full bathroom downstairs when there's no bedroom? No idea. It should have been like a half bath. But on the other side of this door, which the lock was on the other side of the door, not on this side in the living room. So somebody could have walked in from the other side at any time. Okay. But on the other side, you hear just a bunch of kids running around, like yelling, like there's a family living on the other side of this door.
Oh, okay. Wow. So it was like conjoined.
Either that or some possessed
to some other house.
Either that or with some possessed people behind the door.
Oh, geez.
So then I go upstairs. So these
stoked.
Guys are already. What's that?
I said, so Barry was stoked. You were happy about this whole situation.
No. Not stoked at all because the story it gets better. This description gets better. Okay,
let's hear it.
Then, so I call them up. I go, "Hey, where are you guys at?" They're like, "We're just sitting in the parking lot of Walmart right now." And I said, "Why are you sitting in the parking lot of Walmart?" "We ain't going back there right now." I said, "Okay, well, I'm here and I'm walking around." And I go, "Yeah, it's not the greatest." They said, "Wait till you go upstairs." So I go upstairs, okay, and I start looking. And I start looking around. Okay, there's 3 twin size beds in one room that look like maybe where Little House on the Prairie kids stayed. Okay,
like
and then there was like this
kind of shit.
hallway. There was this hallway that had like 3 doors, but they were all locked. Like they were locked closets. Okay. And I'm like, okay, what's going on here? They're completely locked. Then you open up this other door. Now, right across the street was like either I think it was the sorority or a fraternity house because it was near Chico State. So
Now, was this
I'm
like a
just like,
whole?
you look through this window and
Was this like a whole community based off of this church?
well, it wasn't really a community because 2 streets over was Tent City. I mean, it was like, yeah, it was crazy. But I mean, you just went in there and you're just like, are you kidding me? Right? There's no way we're going to stay here. So we ended up calling Thomas and we worked it out where Thomas is like, oh, well, it wasn't that bad on Airbnb. Well, that's because the guy didn't, produce all of the pictures and everything, and so somehow Thomas got this thing canceled and we couldn't get into another Airbnb until the following night. But we found, the next one we got was really nice. I mean, no complaints whatsoever. But so we had to pile into it. We got a 2-bedroom suite at, I want to say it was like the Residence Inn that night, and got a bunch of rollaways and packed like 6 people in a 2-bedroom suite. So it worked out for the first night. But that Airbnb, oh my God, there was one room you opened up and it had it either was a sewage or an exhaust pipe that was running through the middle of a closet. And then there was one of those little children's chairs in the corner of this closet, like the ones that are in like kindergarten classes, those real small child chairs. And I'm thinking to myself, this is where Chucky lives.
Oh man.
And Chucky's not there right now.
Oh Jesus. So this was inside of like a place of worship above it.
It was in what I think they really renovated, either the attic or they called it an apartment, a renovated apartment, but who knows what it was, but it was like attic space.
I honestly think you guys should have wrote it out. That's my vibe. Yeah. You're there, make the best of it.
I can give Team Racecraft the address if you need it.
Hey, that's probably somewhere within our budget.
I can only. What was the description? Like, I want to go back and read what it looks like, and then like what you're renting on Airbnb, and then.
Well,
was it like
so the guy
Seinfeld has stayed here?
The guy apologized and said he apologized and said, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't include all of the stairs in the back. I probably should do that. This is the first time I've ever tried to rent something out Airbnb. I guess when Dakota and them got there, they said the guy was still in there, like putting sheets on beds and still setting the place up. So, he was at least honest about it. He said sorry, and I guess they blamed it on the old guy that he couldn't go up the stairs. So I guess that would be me.
Well, they just need to get one of those little stair chair things.
Stair chair?
Yeah, the stair chair.
For Bear?
You guys could have wrote it out. You guys could have pulled it off. And it would have been even better stories, because then you guys be sleeping in those 3 hallway doors, be like rattling. You guys be like, what the fuck's going on here?
And all of a sudden you hear the Stary Berry cherry coming up the fucking steps, dude. Like,
yeah. I can guarantee you 1,000% that I would have slept in my car. I would have pulled off an E-clip before anything else.
That's rad.
Awesome.
Well, congratulations on another awesome weekend and all you guys are doing. So keep it up.
Yeah, his program's good, and he's got a lot of support behind him. And, it's not just one person. It's a village that takes care of it. So
yeah, maybe there's some room for growth with his travel agent, though, huh?
Yeah, there is definitely room for growth with the travel agent, definitely. But no, that's I thought you'd like that story, because it was yeah. When the next time you talk to DP, I guarantee you he will tell you it was just as bad as I described it.
All
Maybe
right.
even worse.
Well, I'll tell you
Gnarly.
this. Lucas and I got there. My buddy Will Smith picked us up from the airport and took us up to Chico. And then so we got into our Airbnb first. And so Cole booked it. And of course he wants whatever's the best and biggest and nicest and whatever. And that's fine. Like all of us, even him, we all just wanted a place to sleep, but he can have the honors. But we get there and every single room is big as hell. Almost all of them had a bathroom. We had one room that had double twin beds, which became Daniel and TJ's share room. And then this big community room right in the middle of it. So you couldn't get away from anybody in this house. There was no getting away. But it was nice, and we didn't have to worry about Chucky or Carrie or cockroaches or anything like that. So
Yeah, our second Airbnb, the one that they went, or Thomas went and got for the second one that he found. I don't know. Actually, I think Dakota might have found it on like Verbo or something, and then Thomas worked it out with the guy to be able to reserve it a day earlier than it was supposed to be reserved and all this other stuff. But I mean, that one was really super nice. I mean, it was something that, you know, like if I was looking at it, I'd be like, I'd purchase a house like that.
right.
So
You know?
are those things? I've never actually booked one myself. Are those things kind of luck of the draw? You never kind of know what you're going to get.
I don't think so. I think it's all about the reviews, and you're really going to need to pay attention to the pictures and stuff that you're looking at. You know, we've booked a bunch with my family.
Yeah, I've stayed in a few that, you know, when we go to race, because we found out that Airbnbs are way cheaper than getting, you know, like 3 or 4 hotel rooms.
Yeah.
So, you know, and it's nice because if you want to cook, I know like in Spain, you know, Chloe cooked like all the time for those guys in Spain this year. And they said that their Airbnb in Spain was the most amazing Airbnb, had a pool, had everything, you know, they had like volleyball court in the pool. So they were, you know, they were really happy with that. And I mean, there was one time we stayed in an Airbnb down in Paris like 2 years ago, and Chloe and Ashley made breakfast and dinner for us, you know, every night. And I mean, it was nice, you know, when you stay in an Airbnb. When you stay at a hotel, it's like, you know, where are we going to dinner, or we're going out, you know, things like that. And, you know, it's more comfortable, I think, in the Airbnb because it's just more like home.
Yeah, and in the long run, when you have groups like that, it actually saves you money. And you know, that's what it did for us. There's a big, you know, 6 of us in that place, and if we had to get 3 hotel rooms for the week, it would have been $1,200 a week for each hotel room, and that whole Airbnb was $1,500. So you know, everyone throws in on food, we cook, and you know, it's a good time, and plus you're hanging with your buddies, not just a couple of them. You got a house full, and we don't all get to do that every weekend. So it's nice when you do go to these bigger events that you guys, you know, kind of have that team feeling, or you know, you're with your buddies at the very least.
100%.
Well,
yeah, it's kind of funny though, because you fill the fridge, you go to the store, and what they do, they fill the fridge up with Coors Light and water.
Right.
That's what the fridge was full of.
Well, I mean, that's about all
what do you need, to be honest with you?
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't ask for anything more than that.
That's what my fridge is filled with.
TJ, Barry, just for your, I don't know if you're looking at the screen, but TJ said all we had was one vape pen. If you can
All
believe,
they had was what?
Was one pin, if you can believe that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. That's hilarious. Well,
no, I'm not looking at the screen. I'm actually on my phone listening to you guys, not looking at the screen. You know,
laying in bed.
I was watching you on my phone. No, I was on the couch. I'm watching the wife make cookies.
Oh, nice. What kind of cookies
I don't know if you've seen she does her hobby is she does baking. So she bakes cookies, she scuba dives. She's the adventurous one in the family.
Yeah.
And so yeah, she does cookies like designs and stuff. She did Ashley Westergaard's baby shower cookies, and she does other people's stuff for like graduation. She's doing some graduation cookies tonight for some of her friends,
Nice.
Very cool.
daughters and sons that graduate. Yeah. So
She hitting the
She,
farmers
she
markets
really
and stuff
is,
like that.
no, she just doesn't. It's low key. I mean, everybody says she should open up a business, but she does low key stuff. She's a teacher for this. I say this all the time, and you guys will be like, "Oh my God, that makes so much sense." But she's a special needs teacher for junior high, so she has a lot of patience.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Yeah, you got to have patience.
Yeah,
to
but
bake.
and to deal with me.
Well,
But
there's that too.
yeah, but no, she just it's relaxing for her. So she
For
just
sure.
relaxes and bakes, and she does. Yeah, so I'm just watching her do designs, and the only reason I'm fat is because I'm her taste tester. That's the only reason.
Right.
We totally
it's not
believe
that
you,
I
Barry.
eat other crap in this world.
Right.
No.
Yeah, no, it's truth. It's the truth. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
we believe you. I
it's-
mean,
it's-
if Barry says it, it's the truth.
Barry's word is bond.
Yeah.
So,
Right on,
Sweet,
Barry. Well, I
man.
hate to see you go,
Oh.
but I love to watch you leave.
You made it in the show, so like you're cemented, like you're family now.
Yes. Best backside.
yeah,
racer.
and I got to get out there. So for the actual podcast. So I don't know what's going to happen, but
yeah, I'm gonna get you loose, boy. You're gonna that might have to be one of those ones that we have to cut into 2 episodes.
It'll be a good one for sure. You get him out there and
I
run some
don't
10
know.
scale.
I don't know. Walker's was good, and I figured you would have had to cut Walker into 2 episodes, but
Walker,
you made it in 1.
Walker had he was, how do I put this? He had to go home, so his vagina was a little hurt. Can I say that?
I think Walker's was
He wanted to-
definitely
You can
top
you can
three.
say anything you want. It's your show.
I think Walker's was
Yeah.
definitely top 3. That was a good listen for sure.
Walker's awesome. That was a good show, and I'm just playing. He probably would have stayed all dang night. I was probably the one that put a nix to that one. Just we're so busy. So.
We'll probably finish off a bottle of Jack Southern Peach. And you'll have to pour me out of the chair at the end of it, and I'll be trying to yeah. There is no like Nick said, white girl wasted.
In honor,
it could be scary.
In honor of you being on here, I will do some peach for you.
Well, there you go.
Right there.
Oh, so good.
So,
Sweet.
all right, boys.
Yep.
You have a good rest of the evening.
You too, Barry.
And I'm sure, Chase, I'll see you soon, and Brand, I'll see you around.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll see you soon, I'm sure.
See you at the track
All right,
there,
later,
Barry
guys.
Baker.
Later, Barry Baker. That dude, he's a dude.
He's been there. He's seen it. He's done it.
Yeah. Once or twice.
Everything. Yeah. Casey Wilson commented, Coors Light, FTW, you.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
I don't either, but I'm pretty sure Casey in his own mind knows exactly what that means. So
FTW stands for the win. I don't know what they use for, but
yeah, the U is kind of throwing me off. It's like for the win, you.
no,
I don't
I'm
get
actually
it.
I'm giggling because Robert had the desire to tell us what FTW meant.
Yeah. It could be
I
three
figured I'd
different
chime in if I
things.
knew.
Well, I know what the other one is, like the Tupac version.
Yeah, or it
Yeah,
could be
true.
like forever 2 wheels.
Yeah, but nobody in RC says FTW for.
That's old ass internet slang. Like I'm talking when I was in middle school, we were saying that.
You had the internet in middle school?
Yes, sir.
Jesus Christ, you're young.
Yeah, we were
Well,
battling up.
I'm gonna tell you right now, dude. I had fun, and I am done, man. I'm done. I am so tired. I had a long weekend, coming off a long week at Nats. My back's killing me. Your freaking products were rad. Your stories were awesome. I got to see you smile. Robert came into work today.
Yeah, man. This one was fun. It was
a good day.
felt a little. We're rolling, dude.
Well,
We're rolling.
We knew it'd take a couple.
Yeah, we're rolling. Show had some structure. I love the call-ins. The call-ins are amazing.
I got homework for our next show for our listeners. All 46 of them.
There should be a prize if you're gonna.
No,
If
this
you're
is
gonna-
just this is to help promote or to generate more phone stuff. Phone.
Oh, phone stuff.
Call-ins. I challenge you guys to try to figure out stuff about Robert. One question only per show from a caller.
Yeah, we
about
definitely
Robert.
need to get Robert more involved because Robert is a mysterious, awesome.
But I want to
individual.
keep it that way. So don't you try to trick me into doing it differently.
It took me quite a while just to figure out his last name, so it's going to be a tough one.
I still can, even though I know what yours is, I still can barely say it right.
Dude, our last names, me and Robert's, are very close.
And spelled so different.
Yes.
They're very close.
That's what's so wild.
So that's a hint for you guys.
Ooh, that is a good one. Yeah, Justin. All right. Well, I am unfortunately for you, Chase, tonight, you're the last one that I'm paying the bills with you last tonight. I'll go first with you next week. But until now, you're just, if you're second, you're last. So you're second, you're last.
We're going to have to get Kyle Neary to upgrade this commercial for sure.
Send it to him. Have him do it. That's just
I
cheap
will.
me doing something because I don't know how to do it. I do know how. I just don't have time. It all comes down to time.
We might,
people.
I
And
might
that's the
have
one thing you can't get back. If I can give you any advice, spend your time wisely. Don't waste it.
Yeah, we might have to do like a team montage or something of these 3 years of fun with this brand and put together an edit with everybody in it. I think that's what our commercial should be.
I think we need to talk to Kyle about coming out to the next Butt Gun show and filming a promo.
He definitely should. I mean,
Because that could be the difference of like selling out where we were at the Coors Pavilion or Madison Square Garden.
yeah. I mean, I would rather keep it a little bit more low key. I don't want to blow up too fast and burn out. So,
I'm
these
getting
smaller
old, though,
shows.
dude. I'm getting old though.
I mean, 20,000 seats was a lot for our third show. So
I know, but like I'm getting old. I want to sell out the garden, like before I die,
you gotta get that payday.
I don't want
know.
the sellout to be when I die and you guys do like an in memorial of me, like I don't want to do that. I don't want to sell out that one show.
I'll tell you what, we're never going to sell out and just like start running around on MTV with it in our underwear. You know what I mean? We're never going to do that.
No, but we won't sell out and we'll do it on stage for free. All right, my people, it is time to go. Thank you all for hanging out and watching. As always, like and share and do all the stuff you're supposed to do to help us out. Get on there, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Wheel and Trigger, at Wheel and Trigger on YouTube, wheelandtrigger.com. Have a Patreon. That helps me fly people in. Got some guests coming up real soon. But yeah, I appreciate Chase. Man, thank you for putting in the work and coming in here and making me laugh. And Robert, thank you for showing up. Chase,
Word up. Y'all have a
My
good
homie.
rest of your week, and we'll see you real soon.
soon as we figure out when soon is. You guys have a good night.
Don't let your meatloaf.
May the Schwartz be with you.